G'day folks, it's a cold northeast Victorian afternoon and I'm going bait fishing to see if I can catch a Murray cod. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now the minimum last night here in Wangaratta got down to -4 degrees after -3 the previous 2 mornings, so it's been very, very cold. The water is very, very cold, but as I always say, you've got to be in it to win it. Now I just ran my deeper chert +2 through here, and along that bank it's 2.5 meters deep, but there's not a lot of snags. Out the front here it comes up to about 1.8 to 2 meters, but there are a lot of snags. So I've got depth and snags. I'm going to put my cheese rod up there in the deepest part where there's not as many snags, and I'm going to put my worm rod out there, but not all the way across because it will definitely get snagged. The aim is just to have it this side of the snags. Worms here, cheese there. Worms here, cheese there. 2.5 meters deep out there, so it's sort of, what's that, about 8 feet. Something playing with me worms here. You still there? Please be a carp. I want to catch a carp. Still there. Got him. Have I got a carp? You're fighting like a cod. It's got to be a carp, doesn't it? It's a carpio. Beauty. And guess what? As you all know, a part of this show is to always forget something. On this occasion it was my landing net. I haven't got any landing net or any fish grips. Just going to keep my eye on my cheese rod up there. There we go, the carp took the jam juck worms. I'll come down here, thankfully I can get down close to the water, it's not too bad. With carp it's really easy. What I do, I just slide my fingers up under the gills and lift them up by the gills. If I keep taking my eye off the ball, don't worry, it's just because that other rod up there is in the high risk category of ending up in the drink. Right, come on Carposaurus. He's going for it, look. Unless I've got some line on this spool, unlike the bloody Lake Mudemy video the other day. I've got some line at home for that reel. I found it in my shed, a full spool of Maxima Ultra Green 6 pound, which is exactly what this is. Beaching, beaching. Beaching, beaching, beaching. Not quite flat enough to beach them, but if I can get him to sit like that for a minute, just long enough for me to get my fingers up under his gills, should be pretty right. It's a pretty big carp. I've got the tape measure, I remembered that. There we go, landed. Alright, I'll pull out the hook. Very fat, probably a shit all over my hand. Look at that, had that happen in the salt water once. No, had it happen at Lake Nillacuti with my dad last spring. Yuck. Right, filthy carp shitting on my hand, around about, I'm guessing 55 very fat centimetres. Let's get the old tape out and have a look. Right, he is 54, I called him for 55. It's 54 very fat centimetres. I'll get a quick photo and then it's see you later, mate. Right, current time is 3:08. So it's taken me not even 20 minutes to catch the first fish of the day. Might be the only fish too, who knows. Either way, whether it's the first fish or the last fish or both or neither, that's not a fishless trip and that makes me happy. Alright, crayfishing season next week. Check that out, some crayfish bait for next week. I've got the head, the middle part and the tail. I could cut them in half and have 6 baits, but I'm going to just use them the way they are, nice big baits. But look at this, there are tens of thousands of eggs that came out of that carp. Look at them all. Big shout out to Aidan from Brown Snake Blades. That is an amazing knife. The reason I don't usually keep carp for cray bait is because they smell and I'm not keen on having them in my freezer, to be quite honest. But cray season's not that far away, so I'm going to keep these and give them a crack. The sun has just set and the temperature is dropping like a stone. It is so cold. Forecast minimum for here tonight is -4. That's some pretty cold weather. Speaking of the weather, what's the difference between weather and climate? Well, you see this tree here. I can't weather that tree, but I can climb it. Well folks, that's it from me. Just the one carp, but that's okay. I'm going home with some crayfish bait. This has just been a video log of my fishing adventures. Did I mention how cold it is? It is colder than a brass toilet seat on the shady side of an iceberg. It's absolutely freezing, and I'm heading home now to the warmth and comfort of my igloo. Thank you all very, very much for watching.